Okay, are we ready?
I think you're ready.
Right. I'm gonna bake today, I guess, or something.
Yeah, something like that.
See how it works.
All right.
Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of Mondays with Mark on your favorite YouTube channel, SmokeySteveAndMarc. I'm Mark. Steve's filming.
Hello.
That was really enthusiastic. Try it again.
Hello.
There we go. That's good. We need to be excited. Anyway.
I usually have a stool.
Yeah, you usually do, but, you know, this is just the intro, so,
yeah,
you know. But anyway, yes, thank you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. It's really, really, really great to see you. Today, we're going to bake. And I thought since Easter was right around the corner, I thought I would share with you one of my favorite recipes for a dessert for Easter that I've made for, I don't even remember how long. I remember trying this recipe out when I was very, very young and tweaking it and, you know, making changes to it until it has become what it is today. I've made this, we're going to make a carrot patch cake, and you may have seen them before, but I'm going to do it just a little bit differently. We're going to do it the semi-homemade way. We're going to start with a box of cake mix, and I guarantee you, when your guests try this or when you try this, they're not going to know at all that it started with a cake mix at all. I mean, it's really good. I made it for my restaurant for Easter, probably, I guess this is probably 5 years now in a row, as well as my own Easter dinners. And I actually was hired for my freelance bakery business. I did this in a sheet cake and cupcakes for a garden club. It went over really, really well. So anyway, we're going to make a carrot patch cake for Easter. Shall we go to the kitchen?
I think we shall.
All right, well, let's go. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to start baking our carrot cake. Now, I told you in the intro that this is my favorite go-to semi-homemade carrot cake recipe. So, I'm going to tell you what you're going to need to do. First, what you need for this is the cake portion of it. These are your ingredients. I wrote them down, so get your pencils ready. You're going to need 1 box of cake mix, and for this one I used Betty Crocker Super Moist Yellow, but really you can use any kind of cake mix you want. You could use a white one if you want. You can use a butter recipe. If you want a real intense flavor, start with a spiced cake mix, whatever you'd like. I prefer using the yellow cake mix. You'll need 3 eggs, a half a cup of applesauce. I don't know if you need to see it, but here's your eggs. Always crack your eggs into a cup first. That's a little trick. A 1/4 cup of golden raisins.
Good. I'm just going to take one. I just want to make sure they're safe.
-1. A cup and a half of shredded carrot. And I'm going to show you how I shred the carrot. Well, here, let's do this. Okay, we're on the carrots. Okay, then you're going to need your seasonings, your spices. And in this here, I have a 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, a dash of nutmeg, and my secret little ingredient, a pinch of thyme. Trust me on it. Add a little bit of thyme to it. It's absolutely delicious. You'll also need, okay, these are optional. I add tart cherries to mine. Yum, yum, yum. You could also use maybe dried blueberries or any other type of fruit you want to add to it. Purely optional. That's what I usually use in mine. And I'm not a nut person. I really don't care for nuts. But if you prefer nuts in your carrot cake, you'll need about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of chopped up walnuts. Now, pineapple is the other secret ingredient. Got that?
Crushed?
Yes. Crushed pineapple, you will need 1 cup of, complete with the juice. Don't drain it. Okay, for the carrots, I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. First of all, you start, peel your carrots and get yourself a box grater. And what we're going to do is we're just going to shred them, and you're going to do half of it on the larger side, then flip it over and do the other half on the smaller side. It makes the texture better, and it makes the taste better. If you can imagine, you'll have 2 different sizes in there. You'll have some of the big ones to kind of chew on, then you have the little ones that adds a little more flavor to it.
Am I alone here and never having used a box grater by laying it down?
Never? What'd you do? Well, you can hold it if you want.
I twisted it up.
Like this?
Yeah.
I've never done it like that.
Is it me?
I've always done it like this and poured it. I don't know.
Comment section.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, so now you have your ingredients. Cake mix is in your bowl. Turn it up. Turn your mixer on. Obviously you can use a hand mixer too, but I just, this is my baby, so we're using it.
The KitchenAid.
I just give it a little whirl to add some air to it. You don't have to do that. I just do it. You're gonna add your coconut. Oh my goodness, I do not use coconut in my carrot cake. I know some people do.
It is Mondays with Marc.
I don't prefer to use that. Put your carrots in first into the dry mix. Let that go a little bit so it's a little bit coated. I have carrots everywhere. And again, you can adjust this to your liking too. If you like a more intense carrot flavor, put 2 cups in, The more you do this recipe, the more you'll probably jazz it up or whatever, Next, you're gonna add your eggs one at a time. 1. Mix, mix, mix. 2. Mix, mix, mix. And you always crack your eggs into a separate little cup first, just so you don't get your little shellies in there. 3 eggs added. Okay. 2 things down. Next, we're gonna add our applesauce. I use applesauce in place of oil in a cake mix. I think it tastes absolutely delicious. And you'll see when this comes out, this is a super moist and it's just a decadent cake. This is my go-to semi-homemade recipe. Next, we're gonna add our pineapple, complete with its juices. Oh, you can smell this.
It does smell good.
It smells so good already. I know. Can you tell I love baking? The carrots are just, I don't know. I just love carrot cake, but I don't make it that often, but I do. I've made this recipe at the restaurant for probably 4 years now in a row for Easter, and we called it carrot cake just in time.
T-H. Heyo!
Yeah.
Tip
It's
your
just
way.
a hint of time anyway, it doesn't matter. The carrots are actually pretty interesting when you, carrots can be dated back 5,000 years, really, through historical documents and paintings. And they first, I'm just giving it a whirl. You want to get down off the sides there, just to make sure it's all incorporated. There we go. They date back 5,000 years through historical documents and paintings, and they first actually were used as medicinal. They weren't a food at first, and they often were mistaken for parsnips too, because they're kind of interesting. But here I go with useless information, right? Gonna add our golden raisins. I call this a secret ingredient because everyone adds those regular raisins. I've always used golden raisins. Your cherries, if you'd like, add those in there. Nice. Another interesting thing about carrots, Mel Blanc. Does anybody know who that is?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Mel Blanc. I always said blank, but yeah, Mel
Blanc.
Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
He's the voice of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hated carrots. Isn't that interesting? I think that's pretty interesting. And everybody thinks carrots are always orange. Carrots come in so many different colors. You can get them in white, red, purple. I like those too, the root vegetables.
Yeah, the mini ones.
The mini ones,
They're
and all
tasty.
the different colors. They're really good. Then we're going to add our seasoning to it. And again, it's a mixture of cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, and thyme, the secret ingredient. Give your sides a little scrape down again, like that. Trying not to bump you. There we go.
I gotta see the goods.
Oh, we gotta invent smell-o-vision. Alright, there's all of our ingredients in there. Turn it up a little, just make sure we're mixed pretty good. You don't want to overmix it. I would say about a minute or so. Just make sure everything's fully incorporated. This is a thicker batter than normal, as you'll see when we pour it out. But that's because carrot cake is traditionally pretty dense. You want it to be that way. And again, with the seasonings, the spices, you can adjust to your personal liking as well. If you don't like it quite so cinnamony, cut it back to a tablespoon, whatever, But I gave you the amounts that I use. All right.
Thump.
thump, it is a thick batter.
Yeah.
But you want it to be that way.
That mixer is a dream, but it's heavy as...
What's that?
That mixer is a dream, but it's heavy as hell.
It is heavy. It's my baby. We should hold a contest. Maybe someone could name my KitchenAid mixer.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Rocco or something.
Rocco?
Anyway, that's our batter.
It needs a butch name. It really does smell good.
And this is the point where if you wanted to add nuts, you would add nuts to it just by stirring them in at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use nuts, but it smells so good. Now for this for today's video, we're gonna do an 8-inch round cake. You could also make cupcakes. You could do a quarter sheet cake, 13 by 9, whatever you want to do. But for this video, we're gonna make an 8-inch round. So just divide your batter evenly between the two pans. Let's see here. How are we? Ooh, we're good. A little more in this one. Okay. I'm thinking of saving a little bit of batter to make maybe a cupcake. Should I or shouldn't I? There's only a little bit left. We'll just do it here. Okay, get rid of that. Give them a slight little tap, just a little bit. You don't want all the air bubbles out. You just want to make it even. And that's pretty even. Put them into your preheated oven. Oh, I didn't tell you. You have to get your pans ready. Aw, see, I think the videos are getting better, but I think they'll continue to get better. Because prior to all of this, you need to prepare your pans. And the way I do it is, I line the bottom with parchment paper. I do that with every cake I bake. So parchment is your best friend. Give it a quick spray, with your Pam spray, and then put parchment paper on the bottom of it. If you don't have parchment paper, just butter and flour it like normal, okay? Now we're gonna bake it. Now, this is a dense cake, so we're gonna go a little less in the temperature. I have it set at 350 because I have an electric oven. I'm gonna reduce it to 340, okay? And you want it on a lower temperature for a little bit longer of a time with a real dense cake like this. But you're going to check it after about 22 minutes. The total baking time probably will be around 28 to 35 minutes depending on your cake. I'll give you an exact minute once we take it out. So, cake's in the oven. Now we're going to move on to making our frosting and our decorations. I'll see you in a minute.
All right.
And we're back.
We are
okay. The cakes are out of the oven and all smelling good and cooled off. So what I did was I took them from the pan, of course, and I put one on my cake platter there. You can use a plate or a cake round, a cardboard thing, whatever you're going to put it on. And as you can see, I did not cut this one to make it even. Did not torte the cake, as they say, for the bottom one, but I did flip it upside down to put on the bottom. The second round I did torte, and that is simply making it even, taking the dome off of it. So we have a nice even filling, like
to be flat.
Each one's flat, yeah.
Okay.
The bottom one I left like this, and I'll explain why later. I'll show you why I did that later. So the cakes are ready to go and all cooled. Now we get on to my favorite part, the assembly and the decorating part. So this is a carrot patch cake, so we're going to make carrots to put on top of it, and we're going to need strawberries to do that with. So in addition to the ingredients that I told you about earlier, you're also going to need strawberries. For this cake, it's only an 8-inch round one. We'll probably use about maybe 5, 6, 7 of them. If you're going to use a larger cake, you're going to need more strawberries. So just keep that in mind. You're going to need orange candy wafers for melting. You can get these at any craft store. Walmart sells them. A lot of your mega supermarkets sell them. If you can't get orange, just get the white ones. And when you melt them, just add a few drops of red and a few drops of yellow food coloring to it to make an orange color. That's all. You can also use a white chocolate bar too if you want. I just find these are much easier to use and quicker. In addition to that, you're going to need sandwich cookies. Any brand will do. Oreos, we bought the store brand for this one. Any kind of chocolate sandwich cookie or just plain chocolate crunchy cookie. And you're going to need 1 graham cracker,
Just
single 1 graham cracker. And then we're going to need frosting. For the purposes of this video, we're going to use canned frosting. You'll need 1 can of cream cheese frosting. If you want to make it scratch, just shoot me a little message. I'll give you my recipe. It's easy to make it scratch, but since this is semi-homemade, we're going with a jar. My opinion is Betty Crocker's cream cheese frosting tastes the best out of all of them. That's just my opinion. So you'll need 1 can of that. And that's it. So let's start by making our carrots. First of all, you're going to melt your wafers. So you're going to need a container that is that's tall, you know, more so than wide at the bottom because we're going to be dipping. So put your wafers in there, and you can either do this over a double boiler or you can do it in the microwave. Just put it in the microwave and melt it at just 10-second intervals until you get a nice smooth consistency. And time warp magic of TV.
I'm just showing off my cakes.
We have...
Ooh, it's done.
It's done already! Isn't that amazing?
I know.
So...
The elves.
Yes. So you're going to need yourself some parchment paper or wax paper. And put it on a plate or a cookie sheet or something like that. And I'm going to make a mess. So here, let me put this just over there for now. So you're going to take your strawberries and make sure they're washed and dried, and you want to make sure your tops are nice because we're going to leave those on. And grab them by the leaves.
Hold on, we're out of focus.
Grab them by the leaves.
There we go.
And simply dip. That's all you're going to do. Get it up to the top as much as possible, and then bring it up and twirl it around to get as much as the excess candy off of it, and set it on your parchment paper like that to dry. And you're going to let it dries very quickly. I mean, minute, 2 minutes tops, you know. So you're going to do that with all of your strawberries, and magic of TV, we have them done. So I'm going to show you how we put the little ridges on. This one's already cooled. You can use a pastry bag and put some of this in your pastry bag fitted with a writing tip. That's with the little hole in the middle. Or you can just take your spoon, get some on your spoon, and drizzle it on it to make the ridges. Just like that. They don't need to be perfect. Just like that. And that kind of mimics the look of a carrot. So, if you are real particular like I am, you'll notice that some of the candy pulled around the bottom. So if you want to get rid of that, you're going to wait literally just 2 minutes, pick it up, hold the parchment paper down, pick it up, and move it to the side. And that'll all stay down at the bottom like that.
Oh,
okay?
I see.
So you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to see if I can put this one isn't quite dry yet, but we want to move along here. Oh, it worked perfect. Okay, there we go. And now you have your carrots for the decoration. Second thing we're going to need for the decorations of our cake is dirt.
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 Well, that was easy.
Easy. So in order to do that, it's very, very simple. Get yourself a Ziploc bag, put 8 sandwich cookies in it, and 1/2 of a graham cracker. Zip up the bag, get most of the air out, and then you're going to have fun with it. You can either bang it like that, use the back of an ice cream scoop, like that, whatever. You can grind it in your hands, you get your frustrations out. Whenever your partner gets on your nerves, you can just keep doing this. You get the idea, right?
Yeah, I think I do.
And then you'll end up with beautiful dirt. Beautiful, yummy dirt. Anyway, so now we have our decorations done. We're going to frost the cake. You are going to take your can of cream cheese frosting and you're going to put it into a pastry bag. This will be the easiest way. If you don't have a pastry bag, don't worry. We can just put it on with ourselves. But put it in a pastry bag. Before you do that, take a 1/4 cup of it out and put it in a bowl. And then we're going to tint it green. And to do that, a 1/4 cup of this frosting, and you're going to put 6 drops of food coloring in it, green food coloring, and mix it up until you have green frosting. And this is going to be our grass. If you don't want to go through all that, just get yourself some green decorator frosting.
Mhm.
I have all of this because I have every color on the rainbow because, I mean, I'm not going to make a batch of colored frosting just to write someone's name on a cake, you know?
Yeah.
So I do have a lot of these colors already pre-made. So anyway, we have our green frosting and our cream cheese frosting.
Mhm.
Now we're going to decorate the cake. Actually, you want to pause it for a second? I'll move everything over.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
And reset.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to frost the cake. So you have your cake ready to go. We're going to put a nice little center in there. So to do that, we're just going to put a little bit of frosting and go all the way around. I find cream cheese frosting to be incredibly sweet. So I don't go crazy with the filling. But of course, that's totally up to y'all how much frosting you want to use. And that gives you a nice little even. And don't worry about going over. You kind of want to go over the edge a little bit. We're going to do a semi-nude cake. Isn't that exciting? Semi-nude.
Mm-hmm. PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13. I'll show you why. Now we're going to take our second layer and we'll put it right on top, like so.
With the cut side down.
Cut side down.
And the flat side up.
Flat side up. Make sure you remove your parchment. That's.
I might have done that once or twice.
Then you're gonna take a spatula and you're gonna smooth it. I'm sorry, I'm right-handed. This is probably.
I'm gonna sneak around you.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
It's a little darker, but you can see better.
Yeah, I'll do it the other way.
Ooh, that looks like a giant oatmeal cream pie.
Okay.
It's not what it is at all, but it looks like it.
So we have that. Now we're going to take the remainder of our frosting, put on top, and it doesn't really matter because we're going to smooth it out because we're doing a semi-nude cake here. I want to get the most of it on the top. Have some of it come down to the bottom like that. Be all messy, whatever you want. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to have to switch sides with you.
Yeah.
Smooth it out. Like so. I suppose we could fast forward it a little bit. But anyway, you get the idea. You want to kind of, spread it out a little bit like that. And then for the sides, we're going, wish I could do it with my other hand so I could face the camera. Okay. Anyway, like that. Now, here, this is a good part. See, there's some frosting down there.
Yeah.
So we're going to push it down like that. Mm-hmm. And you're just going to lightly frost the sides. Here, for the sake of doing this, I'm just going to steal some from up here. We're just going to frost the sides, but have it show through. Like semi-nude. Think of a sheer negligee on your cake.
Let me give this a spin so folks can see.
Spinning around.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You see what I mean? Like, kind of like it looks like maybe there's powdered sugar on it, or like you want to be able to see the cake.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to, feel free. If you want to completely cover it. I'm just going to show you how I like to do it. Okay. There we go there. All the way around. And then just here, I'm just going to do this because we're filming. But you're going to want to make sure that you fill in the bottom there too. There's a little space there that I told you about. We're going to do that. And then bring some of your frosting out onto your board. All the way around. Just a light little hint of frosting on the board all the way around. And I'll show you why later. Okay. And I messed up the top because I'm trying to hurry. Okay. So, what we'll do is we'll come back, but not right now. Hold on. Let me just get this finished first. Okay, so you have that. All right, I'll do this. I'll finish it, but just for the sake of this, I want to show you it's kind of the way you want it to look, like that. Let's get it to the right side. Like that. A little bit out on the board. Your cake pretty covered. The top has a little more frosting than the sides.
Okay.
And then we're going to put our delicious carrots strategically placed wherever you want. You can be uniform, do all your slices. I'm going to do mine more like a patch. So just put it anywhere you'd like. So for now, I'm just going to stick it right there. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to take your dirt your cookie dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Sprinkle it around the bottom, kind of like it's dirt. Look, I'm like shaking because I'm trying to hurry up. Okay, like that.
Very easy.
And then take some dirt and you're going to do your cake board, okay? So you sprinkle it around the bottom of the cake board.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your green frosting, and we're fitted with a 322 tip, which is also called a hair tip or a grass tip. It's a tip that has like a bunch of little holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes like grass. Like you squeeze it, pull it up, and you have grass. And then just every so often, place some grass like that. Lift up and do some around the bottom. Coming out of your cake at the bottom. Like that. And then just continue to do that all around your cake, you know, artistically, however you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, to save time, we'll pause it and I'll finish it and then I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Oh, the work is done. Whew. I just realized how bad my eyes are. Oh, we were just talking. We'll talk about that another time. But
yeah.
Gosh, wow. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and my hope is that maybe you add this recipe to one of your favorite recipes. If you do, please take a picture. If you make this, take a picture. We'd love to see it, and we'll put it on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. That would be really, really great. Couple tips I wanted to tell you before we end the video today. If you're going to dye your own frosting, like I said, green, or even if you're going to dye your candy orange, I would suggest using the gels as opposed to the drip drops. Mm-hmm. Just my opinion. I think it makes it much better, a little smoother, and you don't take any chances of having it clump up or anything. But that's about it. That's the only other tips. I think I covered everything else. So should we have the reveal?
Let's do the reveal.
Okay. Carrot Patch Easter cake.
So those are the carrots.
Yeah, and I added a few little
and there's some eggs.
Robin eggs on there, muted like the carrots are. So I don't think it's so close.
And,
gosh.
And there's the dirt and the grass. And a woodsy cake pedestal.
Yes, that's my woodland cake pedestal.
Well, I'd say it looks pretty damn good.
Aw, thanks. I hope you liked it.
I get to try it, right?
We can't cut it.
You've been baking this cake for hours.
I made you a version of it. It's a parfait.
A parfait?
Yes.
How thoughtful.
With the scraps.
I can feast on scraps.
Well, we can't cut the cake. It's not Easter.
It's a gift, too, isn't it?
Well, I thought we'd give it to your mom.
Oh.
Well, here, okay, you can eat that.
Okay.
It tastes the same.
All right.
There he is.
Hello, everyone.
Here, let's get the cake in the background.
Okay. So this is, it ain't pretty, but, so this is just what the frosting.
It's all the
cake,
flavors, just not the prettiness.
Not the prettiness. That's good.
Is it good?
You couldn't tell me that was not real carrot cake.
Oh, cool. That's what I was hoping. Okay, good.
It tastes like someone's grandma was involved.
Good, good.
Yeah.
It does. I have to say, I do like this recipe.
I'm very camera ready today, as you can see. I'm breaking in a new hat.
Well, you were the cameraman today.
I know. Once this is done, I have to go play with this. So.
Well, anyway, we're really gonna. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, our Carrot Patch Easter cake, and be sure to subscribe to us. Be sure to like us. Be sure to follow us across social media. Our Facebook is up and running, SmokeySteveAndMarc, and friend us. Thank you again for watching. It was a pleasure spending this time with you. And have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Ciao.